Hi, in this video, we will be covering about the information security policy that we have created for HAL. This is the work breakdown structure that we have followed for this video. As a part of this report, we have covered the following topics. Firstly, we have given a brief overview about HAL, the background information about HAL, and the services and the mission statement of HAL. Then we have covered about the assumptions that we have made throughout this report. Then we have talked about the statement of authority, and finally moving on to the information security policy and its four main domains, which are governance and risk management, asset management, physical and environmental security, and human resources. And last, we have concluded the things we have learned by doing this assignment. Now moving on about HAL. HAL, Hierarchical Access Limited, was established in June 1999, and it provides basic internet access, fast internet access, web registration, and web hosting services for small office, home office businesses, individuals, and enterprise organizations.
The top services provided by HAL are domain registration, e-commerce hosting, Wi-Fi and modem, fiber internet, mobile internet, and web hosting.
While working on the project, we assumed that the organization had the following provisions: high security cameras, fire alarms, UPS and generators, secondary power system, and an inventory management software.
The main objective of this IT policy is to ensure that proper policies and procedures are in place for the security of the information and systems throughout the system development lifecycle. This policy will include all the employees responsible to design, build, update, and maintain the information systems. And it is also the duty of the employees to know, understand, and act according to these policies. In case of queries, employees can contact the Chief Information Security Officer or the Information Security Office.
What is IT governance? It is the process of managing, directing, controlling, and influencing organizational decisions, actions, and behaviors. It is very important that an organization's senior management establish a framework for effective company security to achieve the desired state of security of the organization. Has governance body defined the requirements for information security policy, who would authorize it, and the roles of the CISO and the Information Security Steering Committee. Risk management. What is risk? Risk is the unwanted or unfavorable result of a given action, activity, or inaction. Managing risk is the process of taking steps to mitigate the impact of the outcomes of a potential risk. As part of the risk management for HAL, the policies define the roles and responsibilities of the authorities, the phases for risk assessment, and an overview of the risk response.
Now I will be explaining about the asset management policy. Asset management from the information security perspective is the identification and categorization of the information systems and resources based on the category developed by the organization, which usually includes confidentiality, availability, and the regulatory requirements. Asset management policy provides an organization with the strategic framework of all the information assets. Like so many other types of IT management policies, it is important to include asset management policy as these policies define the actions to be taken to protect and preserve technology devices, physical equipments, software, and business critical information from any form of failure, loss, destruction, theft, damage, or any other related harm. Asset management policy can be further subcategorized into information classification policy, information assets inventory policy, software procurement policy, information handling policy, information asset disposal policy, and information ownership policy.
Physical and environmental security policies. These security policies is to prevent or detect any kind of unauthorized access or damage to the organization or its assets. It is a blend of both information security requirement and the traditional security control. The physical and environmental security policy will outline the importance of restricting access to secure areas, practices followed for safe disposal of damaged systems, how sophisticated equipment is protected from physical damage, and the overall physical security of the building.
Human resource security policies. What is human resource security policy? It is a relationship between the personal practice and information security ensure the internal security of the health organization. Now, personal practices are embedded in each stage of employee lifecycle: recruitment, personal screening, user provisioning, electronic monitoring and privacy rights, career development, and employee termination. Now, I would like to elaborate the personal related security controls we need to have within the employee lifecycle for health. Recruitment: no disclosure of company network infrastructure over job site. Personal screen phase: in condition of employment, complete background screening of all employees, interns, contractors according to federal law and regulation. User provisioning: in both human resources and information security department work together to grant access and revoking according to the employee life cycle, which means if employee is leaving the organization, all access to assets must be revoked. If candidate is joining the company, what access need to they have to continue with the work. Electronic monitoring and privacy rights. It's like you have to company has the monitor to own information such as email, voice, text, and messaging environment. Employees and candidate information need to be protected as per privacy policy. Career development. Users will be trained to use departmental system appropriate to their specific duties to ensure the CIA of information is safeguarded. Employee terminations. Employee, upon the termination of the relationship between the company and an employee, all access to facilities and information resource shall cease. Lesson learned. Now I would like to discuss what we have learned in each phase of policy. Government and risk management, information strategic management, priority of business processes, how to implement policies and procedure. In asset management, information ownership responsibility, how are classified for policies, measures of handling and labeling informations. In physical environmental security, analyze the environmental risk of on physical infrastructure, equipment needed to secure physical environment such as cameras, biometrics, and fences. Human resource security, stages of employee life cycles, non-disclosure and acceptable use agreement. In conclusion, we have defined policies and their features such as IT governance and risk management, asset management, physical and environmental security, human resource security policy. Thank you.